I want to get into annuities. I want you to define DIA, deferred income annuity, and the difference between the other annuities out there. And then I also want to talk about what does Fisher Investments and Dave Ramsey and other people that literally believe or they communicate that we're actually taking advantage of people. Like that must be so infuriating for someone like you. So let's take it one at a time. The difference between a DIA and a traditional annuity, income annuity, like how do you describe what was so unique of what you discovered? Because annuities aren't anything new, but you discovered a special type of annuity. And just in your own words, what's the difference between a DIA versus other annuities?
Well, let's just start with a SPIA. It's been around forever. It's been around for, back to centuries ago. It's how the monks got their pensions. An income annuity, whether it's an immediate or deferred, an income annuity is nothing more than a pension.
Right.
It's pure and simple a pension, and it can be a lifetime pension on one life with no promise that if you die too soon that any money is preserved. It can be a pension on two lives, husband and wife, that protects the parties until the last one dies. You can protect the legacy of the principal value via an installment or cash refund. So it's a base you can't destroy. One you can't outlive, in principle you can't lose a dime of. Think about what I just said. And so that's a very distinct product. But one is an immediate payout. I got to start within 12 months of the deposit. And one is 13 months up to, there's some DIAs out there you can start 50 years from now. And so it's a deferred income product. Now, why? Why would I care about this? Well, the reality is, if all I'm doing is I'm buying products that I hope that mortality credits haven't got super expensive because medical technology's got everybody living to 110. Can you imagine if I can get a 7-8% distribution on an immediate income annuity today? At my age and my wife's age on joint life installment or cash refund, if mortality is increased 5-10 years from now, 5-10 years, can you imagine how little for the dollar I'm going to get compared to what I could get today? See, if I wait to buy that SPIA, I have no idea what the SPIA is going to give me. But if I buy a DIA today for a date in the future that has flexibility on when I turn it on, I've locked the factors in. I've locked the mortality in, and I've beat the market on the allocation to the fixed allocation location of the money that I did. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I did 20 years before I retired. I did 10 years before I retired. That's the magic of ideas. I can compete with the market with no fee drag and absolutely lock that number in. It's kind of like...
And eliminate volatility.
Eliminate every risk.
That's a big statement. That's a big statement.
Now, people say, well, what if the company goes belly up? Well, do you think we just do one company if we're doing a big sum? I did a big case in Fort Collins, Colorado, where the client did $5.6 million, hit $50 million, hit 15 held hostage in a bank account. He's trying to generate $25,000 a month in income. His broker referred us to him. We took $5.6 million and guaranteed joint lifetime with installment refund, cash refund for the rest of our lives. And we freed $6.4 million of money that was free to do whatever they wanted. Life insurance bought, assets under management were bought, all kinds of planning was done. A large estate plan was created. And guess what? All with the 15, we didn't have to touch the rest of the pile. And so, the reality is these things create possibilities. But that client, where I was going with this, we did 20 companies, some on her, some on him. Why? Because there's a statutory reserve. There's $1.05 on hold for every dollar, unlike FDIC, which holds pennies on the obligations, and they collect money through extra premiums that they charge to the banks when there's a failure. Trust me, I was on our bank board. I understand what happened in 2008 and 2009 when we got a special assessment from FDIC when banks started going failure. We wasn't even in our budget, but we had to come up with more than what our regular premium was for FDIC. They do a similar thing. Well, first of all, you got statutory reserves, which always is being monitored every quarter. And if they fail 2 quarters in a row, they're considered insolvent. Those assets are frozen, taken over by a financial professional management firm, and preserved for the policyholder claims of that insurance company. If those reserves aren't enough, then it goes to state pool. If state pool kicks in, then they send bills out, just like the banks did, to all the standing insurance companies in that state. And as long as I don't go above the state pool limit with any present value of any purchase I do with these guarantees, I have triple play protection. I've diversified my fixed income purchases like I would my diversified investment portfolio, but I take all the risk, all of the risk off the table in the environment by which the federal government has protected these assets.
Only if you're a little bit more passionate about this, it's just putting me to sleep and just, yeah. I think the only person that might match your energy is Tom Hegna. You guys are just amazing. Like, you make me want to run through a wall to sell annuities. It's just amazing. All right. So talk to me about why there's a misunderstanding about annuities and why some people call it a major scam and that you're ripping off people.
So in the case of Ken Fisher and Fisher Investments, when they created the annuitybunk.com and they were blasting annuities as bad, they spoke the word of annuity as though I would use the word stock or bond. And so I realized that they were creating, unfortunately, in their marketing, the idea that single word annuity was singularly representing a very bad product, in this case, a variable annuity income rider.